Hey y'all, Clutchnick here, and welcome to No Man's Sky. Today, I am going to be showing you some different builds that I designed doing Star Trek style ships.
I reckon the process should take less than 2 hours.
You said, I reckon.
Y'all must be mistaken.
Obviously, like the one you see behind me, at the theme, I was trying to go for the Voyager. Of course, a lot of these are left up to interpretation, how close you can actually get. I also designed a Enterprise style, which is closer to the C than the D. Everybody loves the D.
Hey, phrasing!
Pun intended. And then we are going to try to make the USS Defiant, and I will break down the Voyager piece by piece so you can see how I put it together to see if you would like to make one of your own and maybe improve from my design as you go. Obviously, it's a small ship and it's easy to go, but there's always more you can do to make it better. All right, y'all, let's get this thing going. Slap them cheeks to the chair, grab a drink, and let's go. All right, so we are in the closest star base, and as you can see, I kind of got close as I could with the Voyager. Obviously, with the limitations and stuff with the snap together, there's little tricks you can do, but since they updated, a lot of those are not working anymore, so I had to do close as I could get with the ability I had to be able to do it. And I will go over step by step in reverse of how I put this together. Let me show you the inside real quick before I start doing that, and then after that we will start trying to build the USS Defiant, and I will show you also what the Enterprise style ship look like. Now, it's basically you just get straight floors going up, you get another one to put some things in, and then you got your top floor with this. It's not big, but it gives you enough space to work with. Let's summon the Enterprise style ship. All right, here we go. There we go. This is the Enterprise style I went with. It's not the D. It's more close to the C, like I said before. The inside, again, the way you have to do it is you're going to be stacking, and you just go straight up until you eventually hit your cockpit. And you have plenty of rooms actually to work with, to add things in. I actually did a few things on the other floors, but we're not here for that right now. Let's get into some deconstruction and building. But I just wanted to show you real quick that there is many options you have when it comes to building in this game. This one is a little more technical and detailed. I can do a breakdown on that in another video and show you how to build it. If you want, just let me know in the comments. All right, let's get going. All right, with this design, obviously you see the hyperdrive range is not super high, but you could always change it. The reason I went with these is because they gave the, if you look at the picture now of the Voyager, there's like a little bar going between that and the engine, stick out a little farther. And the only way I found it looked right, because with these, which these engines probably would look closer to a Star Trek style engine, is the fact that there's no bar sticking out a little bit farther. And there's nothing that I liked that would make it stick out other than that, and I don't like that look or that. Now, if there was a flat bar, or this would actually go turn sideways, that would be great. But because of the limitations of that, that's why I went with the engine I did. Now, if you look at the picture, I'm showing you a Voyager. That's also why I added this. This is the Ambassador style, and that is what gave it that look in the back. Here, this is what I had to do with this. I took this, I placed this down first, and then I brought up this piece, flipped it, and was able to sit it there and make it look like it's one piece, and then you get that flat edge with the entrance, and you're actually got pretty close. So we're going to get rid of those. We'll get rid of the engines. And then we get over here, we got these. We'll get rid of the cockpit. Obviously, you know what that is. Here, we have this style. There we go, this one, the Speedbird cowling. That's what that was upside down. And then you have these, which are the Viper diffusers. Those are smaller ones. I had to originally put a piece here, but after I figured out you can just put the speed cowling there, and you can actually get all four of those connect there. Because when I tried to do just these and moved it up, and let's just move that forward. I'll put a cockpit back real quick and I'll show you why. You get that, and then you would have to put in this one with this one. Now we're gonna get a top view. Now look at this compared to what it did before, and I honestly don't feel that it looked correctly when I did that. So we're gonna get rid of those. You know that you've put those on, and if you're wanting to know, they're the Speedbird nacelles. And you have the Speedbird nacelles back here. This is another one of the Speedbird cowlings, and again, this actually I placed in afterwards. This is the thermal grill. I just liked the way it looked once it was there because the combination of those two worked well together. Then this here, this is the turbine cowling. If I try to put, let's just say this gun here, and then the turbine cowling is right here, flip that upside down, that'll go in. But when I tried to do something bigger, it didn't work before when I did it. If it works this time, I'm gonna feel kind of dumb, but I feel dumb. But you know, that's me. But it's not a big deal. I'm glad it's working now. It didn't work when I was putting the ship together. There may have been an update since when I first put the Voyager together, and the snap is working. But you can put whatever you want there, any weapon. It's a good way to hide it, and you could always add more weapons later. I used the mag field landing. Now you can use the other landing gear if you want. I just used one. You don't really need more than that. And then here, this is the Thunderbird class hab for the bottom. I start with that. Then I add another Thunderbird walkway right here. Then you got your stairs going up, and then you have a ambassador, then ambassador walkway, stairs, then another ambassador, full ambassador piece, and then your cockpit will go right there. And that's basically your whole ship right there. That's everything, all the room you have to work in. Now you could try and double the size by adding another set of the exact same thing next to each other, which all you would do is do a Thunderbird walkway, ambassador walkway, and it would help if I put it in the right place, and then that there. But the problem is you would only have one cockpit, and to possibly make that look great, I would say you would have to go with this one next to it, and then try to match the things like before around it. But when I tried to double up, I just did not like the way it looked when it finally came out. So it's up to you. Play with the idea and see how you like it. All right, guys, now we're gonna get into it. We're gonna try to build the Defiant. Let's see how I do. I'm gonna let you see from start to finish what I decide. Let me take things apart, all the mess ups I do, until I finally get the final design. We're gonna discover this together. I'm trying this for the first time. Let's see how I do. All right, guys, let's go.
Clustered up the chaos gene, stomping through the scene. Big sticks swinging, turning pixels into smithereens. Glitch in the matrix, a digital misfit. Breaking all the rules, games crumble when he hits. Slam it, break it till it cracks. Cluster ducks a legend, leaving nothing intact. Boom, bam, pow, explosions in his trail. Messing up the code, making every system fail. He's a bug in the software, a hacker's worst dream. Every move a spectacle, the chaos supreme. Breaking physics, engines turning worlds askew. Cluster duck don't care, he's just passing through. Slam it, break it till it cracks. Cluster duck's a legend, leaving nothing intact. Boom, bam, pow, explosions in his trail. Messing up the code, making every system fail. He's a bug in the software, a hacker's worst dream. Every move a spectacle, the chaos supreme. Breaking physics, engines turning worlds askew. Cluster duck don't care, he's just passing through. Plug and slam it, break it till it cracks. Cluster duck's a legend, leaving nothing intact. Boom, bam, pow, explosions in his trail. Messing up the code, making every system fail. Duck's got the moves of programmers to spare. With a single big stick, he's breaking hardware. Not bound by logic, he's free to disrupt. Cluster Duck's motto, blow it all up. Leader of the mayhem, chaos in his veins. Each swing of his stick, rewriting the game's planes. He's no villain, just a playful tycoon. A wrecking ball disguised as a cartoon. Break it till it cracks. Cluster Duck's a legend, leaving nothing intact. Boom, bam, pow, explosions in his trail. Messing up the code, making every system fail. Show off fast now, soul be flesh. And this tall ass can use the gun.
Alright guys, now obviously you've seen the kind of troubles I was having with this design. I tried to get to the Defiant as much as I could, but obviously I'm limited by the roundness of a lot of these. And when you see, and I try to put a light right here, because if you look at the picture of the Defiant I have right here, there's a big light right in this area, and I couldn't really do it. And I could have put the two smaller ones, but it floats off of it and it didn't look right, so at least I just put something kind of beaming down towards it. But if you look, I do have like the general look of the Defiant. Obviously I couldn't do the USS Defiant in rounded letters in the corner, so I found something like this, United Federations of Travelers. I just kind of went with that. I try to get the red stripes down, but the closest they have is these, and I think I'll delete them because I really don't like those, at least here, especially this one. But, and of course, there's nothing with two vents on the side, so I kind of went with this to kind of get that in the back. And if you look at the back, it's also kind of squared off where the extra engines are, so I did that there. Now, as you can see, I did hide some engines and a lot of things under the ship, like this, because you're not really looking under. I wanted to get it shields, I wanted to get it some extra boost, and I wanted to put everything under because you really can't see anything when you're flying under the ship, which is nice. Let's take it out for a test flight. I have not flown it yet, so we'll see if there's any collision things and stuff like that popping in. As you can see, I did get those side engines kind of worked so they're a part of that now, which I am happy how that come out. Let's see. Cool, that works. I'm just doing some hard maneuvers, things like that. It flies pretty decent. It's not bad. I don't mind it at all. And for Star Trek fans, it probably give you that little bit of fix you need. Now, obviously, my Enterprise style ship definitely worked out better than this one, at least in my opinion. And I will, if I actually hit the button correct, I'm going to pull that out and I'll show you how that ship flies. It actually does very well.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Alright, USS Bad Duck. Let's go. Now this ship I'm really happy with. It's the first one I really did when I was doing Star Trek type designs. and the Voyager was the second one I worked with, but this one I spent probably a good 2 hours, 3 hours getting just to where I liked it. And obviously I wanted to get a more, I don't know, aggressive totalitarian version of the Enterprise, if that kind of fits. But I think it worked out really well. Now, I did have like something in the chest of this that made it look like I had the deflector dish on the front, but it caused collision, and every time I tried to fly around, I would get damage to my ship, which I really did not like. Alright, so I really just wanted to show that. Let's go out with a bang. Let's roll. A little OP. Now, as you can see, this does kind of do where the lasers are shooting from one side. I can literally reload the game or move the ship to somewhere else, and it will not do that. It will actually show all the lasers coming out. So they really, that's something No Man's Sky has to fix in Hello Games. But I think they still did a great job on what they got so far, and they rolled it out pretty quickly. Alright, y'all. That's the end of this today. I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you want to see more builds like this, let me know in the comments. Maybe we'll give some other Star Trek type ships you want to see. Maybe some designs or different, or even different shows you might be interested in. See if we can build those. Let me know in the comments, and I will see y'all next time. Have a great day. Cluster Duck out.
There, Data, you did it again. Did what?